I noticed a very gear sounding gear when we're underway with the boat. I thought I might be low on fluid. I checked the fluid level and there's a pink color to it. And the oil shouldn't have a pink color. Hello and welcome back to GT Canada. Today we're going to do a little bit of boat maintenance on my Centurion. This is a Vdrive boat and it's equipped with a Walter Vdrive. So you may not have a Centurion, but you may have a boat that has this same Walter Vdrive. Today I'm going to be doing a fluid change on this Vdrive unit. The reason I'm doing a fluid change is because I believe it was filled with transmission fluid by the previous owner, and if you have a Walter Vdrive or any Vdrive, you know that this is actually just a gearbox. Gearboxes are not designed to take transmission fluid. There's very little shock absorption built into them, and in my case, I noticed a very gear sounding gear when we're underway with the boat. I thought I might be low on fluid. I checked the fluid level and there's a pink color to it, and the oil shouldn't have a pink color. So I'm going to walk you through how I drain the oil while I'm out on the water. I am on the water if you can't tell, and we're going to do it hopefully with no mess and an easy cleanup. First we should talk about oil. So I'm going to be using this, which is a SAE 30 non-detergent general purpose oil. That is what the manufacturer recommends in here, so that's what I'm going to use. Some people have converted to a 15W40 oil simply because that's what their engine is running and it makes maintenance a lot easier. I kind of toyed with doing that, and I know some people have done it and said that there's no issues with it. I want to stick with what the manufacturer recommends in this case, especially since I believe this unit's been running automatic transmission fluid. I want to get the exact oil that the manufacturer recommends right now. I'm going to run it in here. Hopefully there was no damage done, and we'll see where it goes. Hey, before I get too far into this video, if you are liking this content, don't forget to smash the like button down below and hit the subscribe button so you know when we're releasing our next fresh new content. Now back to the video. Before you drain the oil out on anything, not just a Vdrive, you want to first of all check with your dipstick what your fluid level is. This is why I think I have transmission fluid in here, because it's very pink looking and it should not be pink looking. You want to make sure though that you can pull the dipstick out. Our drain hole is right down there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right there's our drain. I have loosened that because I wanted to make sure I could loosen that, but before you drain the oil, you always want to make sure that you are able to fill it again. We're going to be filling it through this breather vent. You want to make sure that you can open that breather vent before you drain any fluid, because right now it's got the wrong fluid, but it will work for at least to get it back on the trailer. If I drain the fluid out and I can't add any more, this boat will need to be towed out of the water. So I've put a wrench on here, and I just used a crescent wrench, put it on, found out that yes, I can turn that vent. I'm going to take the vent right out first, because that's where we're going to be adding our oil through, is that vent. So I'm going to put this aside where it's safe. I'm going to leave the level dipstick out so that I've got somewhere for the air to go as I add the oil, and so that when I'm emptying the oil down there, it will flow freely. Now, one problem that you will have is that you don't have a lot of room down here. When you open this out, it'll just all dump into your hull. You don't want to dump the oil into the hull. So in our case, we're going to use this old cranberry juice bottle. It's a 1.8 liter bottle of cranberry juice, and we're just going to cut the top open to make an oil catch can. We've put our little catch can down there. We're going to pull out this drain screw. Now that the fluid is all drained out, we're going to stick the drain plug back in like that. We're going to tighten it down with, again, just our handy dandy crescent wrench, because we're on a boat and we don't have a lot of tools, but we do have a crescent wrench. if you're looking for the torque setting on this, it's basically just as tight as you can go without stripping it. It does have a seal on it, so if it leaks, it's not tight enough and you just need to go more, because it shouldn't be leaking from that hole. The drain plug is back in. Now we just need a funnel to fill this back up. Fortunately, I have one, so that's what that is. Now we're just going to add our oil, but we're only going to add a little bit at a time and constantly check the level with our dipstick. Now this oil is mostly clear. We're just going to add a bunch, let it go in, we'll add some more, let it go in. We're going to take our dipstick, we're going to clean it off just to make sure that it's empty before we stick it in. We'll stick that in the hole. Make sure you push it down all the way. We want to check the level here. And we'll pull it out like that and see where we're at. So right now it's hard to see because the stuff's so clear. We are at the low, well, just above the low side, and we're going to add some more. Now you can fill through this top hole, but it is a whole lot harder to do than it is through the breather cap. And then we'll clean our dipstick and check our level again. Yes. So now I'm on the high mark, which is where I want to be, because here's the thing about the fluid level. I do it this way for oil levels and Vdrive levels. So there's a low and there's a high. Usually would want to go somewhere around the midpoint if you're using this boat just for cruising around. In my case, I know I'm going to be using it for surfing, so I know the boat's going to be sitting, well, like this. Obviously this is exaggerated, but the fluid level is at high at this level, but once the boat goes like this, the fluid level is going to go to the back more, and it's going to be kind of on the low end of where it should be. This allows for the fluid level to be where I want it when I'm actually putting it under load and operating it, but it means that I'm going to be filling it to the high level in this case. Again, you want to use the SA30 non-detergent oil. You want to just fill it till you're at the high level at the highest, but definitely not at the low level. So this is a real basic, easy way to do it. The next step is just to put the air breather back on, and then we're good to go. So I'm not going to show you that step. This is all for today, just for doing an oil change on your Vdrive. One question you may have is, how do you get the oil out once you've dumped it in your cranberry cocktail container without dumping it everywhere? What a lot of people do is use a oil pump and extract it out from there and then dump it into another container. If you just did an oil change, you could dump it then into your old oil container for recycling. You may also want to consider putting a garbage bag down in the hull before you put the juice container there, just so that if you do have any drippage, it'll just go onto the garbage bag, and then you can clean that up easily. You don't want to get oil in the hull of your boat. It just makes a mess. That should give you everything you know to confidently do the oil change on your Vdrive in your boat. This may work for other Vdrives, but specifically for this Walter Vdrive, it works great. Hope that helps you out. Don't forget to check out our other videos over here. We got a lot of great videos in our back library. We'd like to see you again, but until next time, have a great day.